The two hook rig, also known as a chicken rig or a double drop rig. I like to use these rigs bottom fishing for red snapper, triggerfish, vermilion snapper, really anything that you're trying to fish directly on the bottom with small pieces of cut bait. Today what you're going to need is some monofilament line. I like clear monofilament line. It's cheap. You can use fluorocarbon, but I don't think it's necessary. You're going to need some small circle hooks. Today we've got Mustad 8/0 circle hooks. And you're going to need a styrofoam card. This is just a piece of a styrofoam cooler that I've cut out into a rectangle. And that'll help you keep your rigs organized once you've got them tied up. So to start with your two hook rig, you're going to take your monofilament line and you're going to place it in your dominant hand. For me, that's my right hand. I'm going to start with the tag end, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from the tips of my fingers to the point of my elbow. Tips of my finger to the point of my elbow. Then we're going to make a small loop, about 3 inches. We just pull out 3 inches of line and bring my fingers together, and I get my loop. Pinch it with your dominant hand. Then you're going to take your index, your middle finger, and you're going to take your hand and turn it over. Once again, take your hand, turn it over. Then you're going to pinch in your left hand. You'll notice I've got my fingers through the second loop. I'm going to grab the loop with those fingers and pull it through, forming my first knot. Okay? Then we're going to do the same thing over again. Same thing. Index and middle finger. I'm going to turn it over. Pinch. Reach through. Grab the loop. And pull. Now we've got 2 knots. What we've formed here is the loop for your swivel. You'll attach a snap swivel to your main line and you'll hook that through. And now you've got your first branch line coming off the main line. This is where you'll attach your first hook. Now we're going to grab that second knot. We're going to do the same thing over again. We're going to pull to the bend in my elbow. Now we're going to make a bigger loop than the first loop. So we're going to pull out about 5 inches of line. Pinch it together. Index and middle finger. Turn your hand over. All you got to do is just turn your hand over. Reach through and pull. Now we've got a larger loop. We're going to do the same thing again. Turn your hand over. Reach through and pull. Pull it really tight. All you got to do now is cut your branch line about 10 inches or so. And you've got a 2 hook rig. Swivel loop, first branch line, main line, second branch line, loop for your weight, your bank sinker. Okay? Now we're going to attach our hooks, and we use what's called a no-name knot. And the reason we use this knot is to minimize waste to the line. That way you can get more use out of each branch line before you have to get rid of your leader altogether. The no-name knot is very simple. It's 3 overhand knots. All you're going to do is put your main line. Remember to make sure that you've got your barb facing in, you're going to put your main line through the front of the eye, the part of the eye facing the barb. Okay, and then you're going to make an overhand knot in the main line. Pull it towards the end. You want to have as little tag as you can have. Okay, pull that knot. Now, all you have to do is take your tag in, it's got your little overhand knot in it, and you're going to make a double overhand. 1, 2, and then pull it tight. If you want to tie some other type of knot in here, it's not against the rules, but you'll end up wasting line and you won't get as many uses out of each 2-hook rig. We'll do that again. We're going to take our tag in, we're going to put it through the eye on the front of the hook. Okay. Then, one overhand knot, and then 2 double overhand knot. 1, 2. Pull, and notice I've got no waste, and I don't have to trim my tag in, so it saves me time as well when I'm tying up a lot of rigs. Okay, last thing is storing these rigs. So just again, here we go. We've got our 2-hook rig. You can see that. Swivel. This is the swivel loop. Branch line, bank sinker loop. Now, to store these rigs, we're going to take either one of the hooks. We've got our card here. We're going to hook a hook to the last hook on the card, and then we're going to wrap around till we get to the end, and then we're going to take that last hook and we're going to push it into the styrofoam, and now you're ready for your next rig. That's the 2-hook rig.